Okay, so this is our fifth meeting on our purification cleanse, SP Complete. And I don't represent the company, but I love the product and it works really well. And we are on day 11 on this cleanse. If you are following along, since this is being posted on YouTube, then this is certainly a timeless video series, but it's also fun to kind of come along and follow along on the days. Day 11, it's been a lot of smoothies, and we still have another 11 days of smoothies, 2 to 3 smoothies a day with the powder. Keep that purification going for liver, kidneys, stomach lining, intestines. Clean and sweep out all of the perhaps built up residue of foods that maybe we've eaten along the way that does not serve us. That's why we're doing this cleanse. And we're doing it also so that we can absorb all the vitamins in a nice even stream into our body. Now, we're going to start with day 11, because on day 11, it is recommended that we start to introduce protein again. We've been eating beans and quinoa. Some of us have been eating brown rice, which is also a protein. Now, it is recommended to start introducing our protein intake again on this day. Now, with that said, it's recommended to do 2 to 4 servings a day. It is easier for the body if we do smaller servings a little bit more often than like one big, if now, for instance, we eat steak or a big piece of salmon once a day, because that becomes a lot to digest, right? So it's recommended the size of our palm and the thickness of our palm, roughly. That is the introduction of protein. Recommended to do the fish, and after that, chicken, if we eat chicken, and after that, beef, if we eat beef. Maybe some of us that are listening to this will stick with beans for the rest of your life, and some of us are not doing that. You can always cook your fish too. That's easier to digest in the beginning, and because your body will it has to just kick into gear to digest a little bit more. So that's the day 11 to day 21. Because I remember last time we did this, okay, when should we add on the protein? When can we add this? When can we add that? And today is the day of adding protein to our meals, where we are either, however we're eating our salads, vegetables, all the whole list that I also post underneath in the comments here. It's easy to follow along on what to eat and what to avoid. Besides that, stick with your procedure if it's working. 2 to 3 smoothies a day. Mix it up, what goes in. Mix up how you cook your veggies, how you eat your salads, and how it's all mixed together. Add your protein, size of your palm, thickness of your palm, 2 to 3 servings a day. Mainly fish to begin with. Unless you are allergic to fish, then of course, then we go with chicken or a protein that you're not allergic to. So that is what I have to say about day 11. The body is going to be like, ooh, feeling nice and full after that. And if it's too much, then back off and do half a serving. We all know that. Any questions about that? If not, I'll move on to our vitamins, because that's always fun. We touched on it a little bit last time, Marilyn brought it up. And I had a whole class about vitamins like 2 years ago out here in Norwood, and I'm actually also filming this every single meeting at the Norwood, Colorado Lone Cone Library. It should be a shout out that I get to use some of the things. And also, so the vitamins, do you have any questions, Joel, about any of this?
Yeah, I have a quick question. Should I not be adding any extra protein, my old style whey protein into these smoothies? I know is protein on the...
You can choose to do that. Yes, today would be a good day to do that if you feel like you needed more protein in your smoothies. Yeah, I would like go easy with the animal protein if you like adding on your whey protein, because so it's not like gets to be too much to digest. Good question. Yes, do that. That's a good idea. These. There's so many different proteins to put in, and maybe you have some from SP Complete. I'm not sure, but yeah, you can put in a whey protein for these next
And also I've used the last of my fiber. Should I get some more of that, or can I use a substitute, or like sort of like a Metamucil type thing, or psyllium fiber, or not
or just
necessary?
skip it, or skip it. I don't know if I would put another whole check if the other whole food fiber is compatible with what's in it, so it's not, just doesn't have any fillers that might act the opposite direction, then help the cleaning process and the feeding, because those whole food fibers, they are there to sweep clean, right? And if they have and they also have, of course, the vitamins and minerals in them. But if this, just check. I'm sure you have super good ones at home with Shannon. Yeah, I know you do. So I'm sure whatever you have is perfect. Because you're on the home run, so I don't know if you need to order another whole food fiber.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, it's been a lot. Good for you. You got 2 in, yes?
Yep.
Great. Okay, perfect. I mean, today, day 11 is a good day to switch it up a little bit, to get the body and the digestive system prepared to eating our normal diet again, which of course, updated diet with no processed food.
Okay,
Perfect.
great.
Good question. Whey protein, yes. That is a good filler to have in the body, so we don't feel lightheaded or like, woo, where is the protein and groundiness? Then we'll do that. Just go easy on the animal protein, but have some. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Good question. Did I answer that in a good way? Okay,
Perfect.
perfect. Then we move on to vitamins because and minerals, because I feel like that goes hand in hand with what we just talked about, that on day 11 we adding on protein, right? So that we start to fill the body up again with vitamins and minerals. All of the vegetables that we've been smoothing up and all the berries and all the fruit, they are loaded with vitamins. So we have certainly got them in us, but there are, of course, ways of the body has to have like a balanced diet. So to be able to receive all the vitamins and minerals. So that's another thing that we're getting into. Like when we step out of this cleanse, or if we can stay on a very balanced diet, then the chances of us receiving all the different vitamins in its right and whole place and in the perfect amount, that would be perfect with a balanced diet. And sometimes we go on these cleanses because maybe our diet weren't perfectly balanced before. I tend to go on the chocolate balanced diet more. Sometimes I'll be the first one to admit that. So these things always kind of clean the slate for me and start fresh over again. And maybe that resonates with somebody that's listening to this, of something else perhaps. So with that said, it is not easy to get a balanced vitamin and mineral intake from our food in this day and age. And that's why the health food stores are loaded with supplements that are grown in places where the soil has the perfect amount of minerals and to grow and fill the vitamins with what it needs to be filled with, because our food can sometimes be depleted. So I'm getting to that. And with that said, it is important that we perhaps check our blood and see like, how is our vitamins looking? Are we within the normal range? Is some up or some down? Because yes, it is very good to be on a multivitamin that has the complete spectrum of vitamins for our age group. Perfect. Yes. One daily vitamin. I love it. There it is. Perfect. Great. Every day. It helps for all the things, goodness for our body, to have a healthy sustainability and a healthy way of getting our immune system, our digestive system, our bones, blood, lymph, all of that, keeping it going. So we also, there's some so there is 4 vitamins that needs a healthy oil to be able to be absorbed in the body. And that is, we touched on it last time. It's A, D, E, and K. A, D, E, and K, right? A sight, carrots. There's a lot more. I could go through a whole list of things that all these vitamins are in, but that would take like an hour of this meeting. It'd be too long. So A, D, E, and K, those are the vitamins that needs a healthy fat to be even absorbed into our body. If we don't have the adequate amount of a healthy fat in our body, we don't have to take, but most of us probably should, omega-3 oils. If that's lacking in our diet, then sometimes chances are that those A, D, E, and K is a little bit low in our system. Again, check with your doctor, do a blood test. Also, so then we come to, okay, we'll take an oil then. We'll take an omega-3 6-9 oil, and they're usually combined, 3 especially. So that's great, like a flax oil, one of the fish oils. Now it turns out that some of those oils have been infused with vitamin D because we need the D, right, for our skin and for so many other things. But if we get too much, so then what if we take a multivitamin that has all the recommended vitamin for our age group, right? And then on top of it, we take an omega oil that might have been fortified with vitamin D. Then we get double D, and it might not be so good for our liver. It can be stored. So the oil, fat soluble vitamins, they can get stored in the body for use, right? But if we overeat them, it can be too much. So again, check with your doctor, whoever's listening to this, if you are in need of that. Any questions about that? Then we come to the water soluble.
Marie, I had one quick question. I saw an article about somebody is proposing take a chug of olive oil every night. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's great. Take it, put it in a glass of water, put it in a juice, or yes, I do. Absolutely.
What about a tea or tablespoon in the smoothie?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I usually been throwing my vitamins. When I remember, I throw them in the smoothie. But if I don't, then I take them on the side. Yes, I do. Sometimes taking like an oil at night, it might send you to the bathroom in the middle of the night, because all these oils have a great way of cleaning out our system, which is wonderful. And that is one great reason to take these oils. But yeah, because we can only fit so much in the daytime. I would say anytime, day or night, whenever we can. Yes, a nice, healthy, raw olive oil take any olive oil. Yes.
And also, I usually chug a glass of water before I have my smoothie. Is that okay?
Great. Yes, that's okay. Wonderful. I think that does it. I think it does great. It really hydrates and it like clears the slate. I think it's super. Thank you. I love that. I love that feedback. And so we have the A, D, E, and K vitamins. Those are fat soluble vitamins. If we are on a fat-free diet, chances are that those 4 vitamins are not absorbed appropriately into our system. So we'll think about that again. Fat-free products? No. Real whole food products. Okay? Important. Very important. I'm going to say that one more time. Fat-free products is not aiding us in absorbing A, D, E, and K. So there we go. If we need less fat in our system, then it's all the sugar and starches that turns into fat storage in our body that maybe we want to put to the side. Now, from that, we go to all the other vitamins. They are water soluble, so you can't really overeat them. Not that you should eat them more than it's recommended for our age group per day. But let's say vitamin C, if we eat orange, grapefruit, all the different fruit, and then maybe we'll take some vitamin C supplement that happens to be in our multivitamin, then the vitamin C, the vitamin Bs, they will be washed out with the water. They are not stored in the body. They are absorbed for use, and then they get to be washed out. So that is good to know. They are needed for so much, all of the other vitamins. Again, that's a little bit a whole different topic, but it's, again, we're just going to loop back. So yes, multivitamin. And if you haven't been on one before you started this cleanse or any cleanse, then it's a good time to get on a multivitamin for your age group, right? As you kind of today is a good day to do it. Today isn't always a good day to start something new, any day. And then from there, I wanted to get to calcium. Calcium is needed for our bones, right? And for the build up and for muscles, and calcium is needed. And calcium, okay, so we maybe we'll take calcium, but if we don't have the right amount of vitamin D in our body to support the intake of calcium, then it's not happening. So we need a adequate amount of D that can go and take the calcium and take it around to its right place in our body. That's the easiest way that I can describe it. They are needed for each other. They are like helping buddies. Again, a multivitamin for our age group will do the trick. Check first with your doctor if you're unsure if you are within the normal range of vitamins in your blood. And after this cleanse, it's a great time to go and check our blood and see, if we feel like the need for it, if we feel like we need to balance out the body in a different way. Adequate amount of water. Yes, take your omega oils, take it morning, noon, or night, whenever it is a good time. Because sometimes we don't get to everything in the morning. Sometimes we don't get to it in the daytime. And if we remember in the evening, sure, we're like, why not? Just take it. Sometimes the whole day goes and the multivitamin has not entered our body yet. And we're like, oh my goodness, I got to take it. And yet sometimes it's in the evening, take it. Will it maybe speed up some of the metabolism? Will it maybe keep us awake a little bit? Yes. And eventually we get on a schedule when we take of the vitamins in the earlier part in the morning. But maybe we have digestive enzymes that we're taking with our meals. All those different things. There is lots of different aids for our body to absorb vitamins and minerals. Sometimes we need a little extra help to absorb them with special enzymes. We'll just go into enzymes. We were there before, but I feel like we need to just touch the enzymes for 3 minutes also. Because enzymes, we need to hear this again. This is a good reminder. Enzymes, we have them on our tongue, in our mouth, down the esophagus, into our stomach lining. Enzymes break down, absorb the food, absorb the vitamins and minerals, and eliminate the rest that we don't need, right? It's like enzymes are helping to break down. They are needed for all, it's in the saliva. We need enzymes. When we eat food that is processed, then we are using up a lot of enzymes, because here comes processed food that has been so processed that there is nothing real left in them. Maybe there's 1 or 2 or 3 good things, who knows? But the destruction of the food that has been pressed together and dried up and glued together with some kind of sugar, even if it says like monk fruit sugar mixture and it's hard to bite into, likelihood is that it might be a little bit too processed, even if it's like the most healthiest brand of all things. Processed food don't bring in enzymes. We have to use up our enzyme storage, and we are depleting ourselves of being able to break down food and absorb vitamins and minerals into our systems. So when we eat real whole foods, no diet foods, no processed foods, no added sugar, no processed sugar in different colors and forms. When we eat the real whole foods, especially from the vegetables, berries, and fruit, there is enzymes in other whole foods as well, but they pack punch. They bring digestive enzymes into our system. So we chew and chew and chew, we break it down, and our body can get like a pause of, they have to supply some enzymes, but they can kind of get a pause because we are bringing in healthy enzymes when we eat all these delicious vegetables and fruit and berries and whole foods that we've been eating the last 11 days on this purification cleanse. And we're going to continue doing that when we are done with this cleanse. And we might take a little pause from smoothieing a couple times a day, but who knows, maybe we'll continue to smoothie. It's a great way to get those digestive enzymes into the system, and it like fills us up and it helps us to distribute vitamins and minerals to our body. Now that is one other reason why we are doing this cleanse once or twice a year. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. And if not, I want to thank you for being here. Okay.
I don't have any more. I don't have any questions. Yeah.
Okay. Was that adequate information?
Thank you. Thank you, Marie.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being there.
Appreciate it. You're really
Appreciate it.
you're really trying to retrain our habits to
Yes.
cut all the junk food.
Yes, this is the 21 days of cutting our junk food out again, and then we'll do this again in the spring.
So if you were guessing how many pounds, if I just stayed on this 2 smoothies a day, salad with salmon for dinner, how many pounds would you think normally to lose in a month if you're guessing?
Oh.
Depends on your activity and
Well, it depends. Yes, I was going to say that depends on your activity and like your weight training, and I can't do that math. I'm sorry, Joel. Don't lose too much.
No,
No.
I'm not.
I know. No, that's good. I'm glad that, because I know that you're already very fit and slender. So, yeah, inside counts more than the outside.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joel.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you. And thank you, everybody who's listening.